The frontalis muscle does which of the following actions? A. Lowers the eyelids. B. Lifts the eyelids. C. Furrows the brow. D. Raises the eyebrows. The answer is D. Raises the eyebrows. The frontalis muscle lifts the eyebrows and wrinkles the forehead. The brow is furrowed by the corrugator supercilii muscle, and the eyelids are raised by the levator palpebrae superioris and lowered by the orbicularis oculi. The frontalis muscle does which of the following actions? A. Lowers the eyelids. B. Lifts the eyelids. C. Furrows the brow. D. Raises the eyebrows. The answer is A. The coronoid process of the mandible. The masseter is a quadrilateral muscle that originates from the zygomatic arch and maxilla and inserts into the coronoid process of the mandible. Its function is to lift the mandible, closing the jaw. What is the function of the rhizarius? A. Depresses the lower lip. B. Purses the lips. C. Keeps food between the teeth. D. Retracts the angle of the mouth, smiling. The answer is D. Retracts the angle of the mouth, smiling. The rhizarius is a small facial muscle that originates on the parotid fascia and inserts into the modiolus. Its primary action is to retract the corners of the mouth in smiling. The lips are pursed by the orbicularis oris. The mouth is compressed and food is kept between the teeth by the buccinator muscle. The lower lip is depressed by the depressor labii inferioris. What are the origin and insertion of the orbicularis oris? A. The mandibular condyle, the fascia of the masseter. B. The temporomandibular joint, the buccinator. C. The maxilla and mandible, the skin of the lips. D. The zygomatic arch, the modiolus. The answer is C. The maxilla and mandible, the skin of the lips. The orbicularis oris, a circular muscle that compresses the lips, originates on the maxilla and mandible and inserts into the skin of the lips. Which of the following muscles assists in frowning? A. The auricular muscles. B. The depressor anguli oris. C. The depressor supercilii. D. The temporoparietalis muscle. The answer is B. The depressor anguli oris. The depressor anguli oris is a small triangular muscle that originates on the mandible and inserts into the modiolus. Its main action is to lower the corners of the mouth in frowning. The auricular muscles are a part of the inner ear. The temporoparietalis muscle is a thin muscle covering the temporal bone, and the depressor supercilii is a muscle of the eye. Which of the following muscles controls the amplitude of sound waves in the inner ear? A. The stapedius. B. The auriculaires. C. The ciliary muscles. D. The lateral rectus. The answer is A. The stapedius. The stapedius, the smallest muscle in the human body, controls the amplitude of sound vibrations pulling on the neck of the stapes. The auriculaires move the ears. The ciliary muscle and the lateral rectus are both muscles of the eye. What is the action of the superior oblique muscle of the eye? A. Elevates the eyelid. B. Externally rotates the eye. C. Depresses and internally rotates the eye. D. Elevates the eye. The answer is C. Depresses and internally rotates the eye. The superior oblique originates on the annulus of Zinn and inserts into the outer posterior eye. Its action is to depress and internally rotate the eye.
Which of the following innervates the platysma? A. The motor accessory nerve. B. The facial nerve, CN7. C. The vagus nerve. D. The mylohyoid nerve. The answer is B. The facial nerve, CN7. The platysma, a sheet-like muscle that traverses the neck from the clavicle to the mouth and jaw, is innervated by the cervical branch of the facial nerve, CN7.
Which of the following muscles has its origin on the mastoid process of the temporal bone? A. The semispinous capitis. B. The splenius capitis. C. The rectus capitis posterior major. D. The rectus capitis posterior minor. The answer is B. The splenius capitis. The splenius capitis, one of the main extenders of the neck, has its origin on the mastoid process of the temporal bone. The rectus capitis posterior minor, the rectus capitis posterior major, and the semispinous capitis all originate on the knuckle line of the occipital bone. What are the main muscles responsible for keeping an upright spinal position? A. The levators costarum. B. The rhomboids. C. The erector spinae. D. The latissimus dorsi. The answer is C. The erector spinae. While all of the muscles listed are part of the structure and mobility of the back, the main muscle group responsible for maintaining erect posture in the erector spinae